Ladies and gentlemen, howdy, it's your boy Jermaine Event. This weekend we got a pretty good card coming up. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez versus Michel Pereira. Let's get into it. Now looking at this, just thinking about this fight, I kind of assumed that Michel Pereira would be the betting favorite here, but actually the betting odds favorite, the slight favorite is Fluffy, Anthony Hernandez. Which, I mean, these guys are basically the same age. I'm a fan of both. You know, I'm a fan of both fighters here. Like, how can you not be a fan of Michel Pereira? Even if you're a casual, I feel like casuals will be a fan of Michel Pereira. Like, hardcores are fans of Anthony Hernandez. Hernandez is just one of the toughest motherfuckers at middleweight. 12-2 versus 31-11. You see most of the people with Tapology are rolling with the side of Pereira, and most of them are leaning via TKO. And the people that are rolling with Hernandez are rolling with submission. See, what can happen here? We've seen Michel Pereira fight at 170. All right. And when he fought at 170, we've seen him get tired and lose to people like Tristan Connolly. All right. There's a point. This is crazy when I'm looking at this. There's a point in the career of Michel Pereira where he's on a 2-fight losing streak to Tristan Connolly and Diego Sanchez. That's nasty work. That is nasty work. And then since then, he's been on a tear. All right. He's been on a tear. He's fighting at middleweight now. And I see what the thing is here with Anthony Hernandez is that he's usually the toughest motherfucker out there. As I said, the toughest mofo at middleweight. And usually he can outlast his opponents. That's usually what he has going for him. He can usually outlast his opponent. But I think there might be too much power coming back on the side of Michel Pereira. We're going to need Anthony Hernandez to get it going early in this one. But, man, dude, I don't know, man, because Michel has that one-punch knockout power. He has that power to end this fight with one punch, to end this fight with one body kick. He has that kind of power. But Fluffy is tough. He's going to grapple. He's going to wrestle. He's going to look to control him. He's going to look to sub him. Like, this is going to be a tough fight. It could be, or it could end in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Either way, this is a pretty interesting fight. I think I'm going to roll with my boy Anthony Hernandez. I got a lot of faith in Fluffy. All right? I have a lot of faith in Fluffy. Last win, Roman Kopylov, rough fight at first, finished it. Rough with Edmund Shabazian at first, finished him. Marc-Andre Barry out, rough at first, finished him. This is just what Anthony Hernandez does. He outlasts these guys. They come in going hard, and he outlasts them. And I think with 5 rounds here, we could definitely see Fluffy get the nod here. I'm rolling with Anthony Hernandez to get the job done in the main event. We got Rob Font versus Kyler Phillips. Very interesting matchup. Kyler Phillips, man, he looked like that dude. Then he had a setback, and then he was gone for a little while. Came back, and now he's on a 3-fight win streak. Might have been a suspension in there at some point, but that's neither here nor there. Rob Font is somehow coming in here on a 2-fight losing streak. He's lost to, Davison Figueiredo, Corey Sandhagen. Before that, he beat the shit out of Adrian Yanez. Looked phenomenal. And before that, he was on a 2-fight losing streak, so Rob Font isn't looking the greatest at the moment, man. It looks like 12-2 Kyler Phillips might be, he's streaking at the right moment, or maybe it might be too much. Maybe kind of like Adrian Yanez. This might be too much. His last fight, Pedro Munoz, just a decision. Decision before that of Jaironi Barcelos. I think Rob Font should be able to get this one done. 37 years old. He doesn't really fight like he's 37 years old. He looks a lot younger than him. Like, when I see his age, I'm usually shocked. Like, there's no way that guy's that old. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Rob Font to get it done in this one. But we got 85% of Tapology rolling with Kyler Phillips to get it done via decision. The majority of people, 89% of people that are rolling with Kyler Phillips are saying that it'll get done by decision. All right, it will get done by decision according to the people. So I guess I'm going against the grain here. Kyler Phillips is the betting favorite to minus 280. So, but I'm sticking with my boy Rob Font. All right, maybe you motherfuckers don't know what you're talking about. And here we go, the man of the hour. We got Charles InnerG Johnson. I get my InnerG from my InnerG, ladies and gentlemen.
I get my energy from my InnerG.
Versus Sumudaerji. We got Charles InnerG Johnson versus Sumudaerji, the Tibetan tiger. Charles InnerG Johnson is just a beast out there, man. I was at his last fight in Denver. Ended up buying the skullet after I was so hyped. This guy is really good. I think the stigma on Charles InnerG Johnson is that he gets started slow, but in this fight against Joshua Van, he got started early, ladies and gentlemen. He got to work early. And he was able to finish that fight. He looked pretty great in that fight. All right. He looked great in that fight. I think oh man, this is crazy. You got Sue, who's coming in here on a 2-fight losing streak. 2-fight losing streak via triangle chokes. 2 straight triangle choke losses. He has not won a fight in 3 years. All right. Sue has not won a fight in 3 years. He's coming in here on the streaking hot Charles InnerG Johnson.
I get my energy from my InnerG.
Who's on a 3-fight win streak. This is his 4th fight of 2023, ladies. 2024. Jesus Christ. This is Charles InnerG Johnson's 4th fight of 2024. Maybe he gets another one in December. This man is on a roll. I'm definitely on the side that Charles Johnson is just going to be too skillful, too much for Sue, who, as I said, hasn't won a fight in 3 years. It's just unfortunate that he has to run into someone who I feel like is at the top of their game right now in Charles Johnson. So definitely running with the Skullet gang leader, Charles InnerG Johnson, to get it done against Sue. Yeah, I'm sticking with Charles InnerG Johnson. Fuck Jake Hadley. I would say this card overall, though, on paper, I like this card a lot better than last week's card where Tyra got robbed. But Brady Haystand versus White Kong, whatever the fuck that means. Go Brady Haystand. We got the damage, Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. This fight right here, Mateus Nicolau versus Asu Almabayev. That right there is going to be an interesting fight. I think Asu, these guys from Kazakhstan are something else, man. You got Bilal Muhammad, who's fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov. Last night, was the guy Terimov from Kazakhstan, who just knocked out CJ Vergara. These guys from Kazakh, man, they're I don't know what's going on in this region of the world, but these guys are fucking badasses, and I'm all here for it. Asu Almabayev, he should get it done in this one, I believe. So these guys from that side of the world, they're on a whole nother level, man. It's interesting. Brad Katona. Got Brad Katona in action. Jocelyn Edwards versus Tamiris Vidal. Dude, I like Jocelyn Edwards, but I feel like she's good, and then there's just like lapses. Like her striking will look great, and then all of a sudden it's like she just freezes. She just starts taking pictures in there and starts getting beat up. But it's like she'll look like, I thought she looked like Black Joanna Jędrzejczyk when she first came to the UFC with decent grappling is what I thought when she first came to the UFC. And now it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I believe she trains with Valentina Shevchenko, but I'm not really seeing the development there that I wish I was seeing. But I'm still gonna roll with Jocelyn Edwards to get the job done here. She's fully capable of it. This is a better card than last week's card, in my opinion. Shout out to Jessica Penne fighting Elise Reed. I'm gonna root for Jessica Penne just because I'm a huge Angela Hill fan. Dude, see, down later on this card, we got Robelis Despain versus Austin Lane. That's an interesting fight right there. All right, not the most skilled heavyweight fighters, and I'm not the biggest heavyweight fan, but we got Despain coming back in here, coming off a loss. All right. Despain just lost to Waldo Waldo Cortez Acosta. All right. That Cuban baseball guy. Oh, Dominican Republic baseball guy. Yeah, he just lost via decision to that guy. I just think this is a much easier fight for Despain to win. 6'7" Despain versus 6'6" Austin Lane. They just want to put some big ass dudes in there. Both 36-year-olds. I'm not sure either one is UFC talent, but if anything, you would want Despain to win this fight with his quote unquote striking background, though he didn't really seem too competent in this last fight. But I'm interested to see how he bounces back in this one. And even though it's heavyweight, I'm excited for it regardless. But this card this weekend is much better on paper, in my opinion, than last week's card. I am excited for this weekend's card, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, it's still at the Apex. I'm excited regardless. Which fight are you most excited for on this weekend? Who do you think wins in the main event? Who do you got, Anthony Hernandez, or do you have Michel Pereira? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.